Right, let's begin. Guys, it's been a long time. It's been quite some time. We are now in the month of September 2025, and I haven't posted a video in quite some time. And the channel has grown. I'm blessed. It's grown to 2,000 subscribers. And what felt like literally only just yesterday when I only had my first couple of hundred subscribers. So I'm forever grateful and humbled. But I feel like I owe you guys. I owe you guys an update, and I owe you guys a perspective on where things are. Whether you're concerned with your career, whether you're concerned about learning data or building a data career, whether you're concerned about growing your business, I'm going to cover it in the next few minutes. So rest assured, this is not a video for now and I'm going to disappear for another 9 months. This is going to be a commitment to turn a new page and start a new chapter. So let's begin. What's going on? Because I genuinely think right here, right now, the world has genuinely changed. And I mean it, especially for people who are focused on careers in data. I think things are going to surprise you if they haven't already. And I genuinely mean that. The data analyst role is dead. And that is quite a bold statement to make, but I genuinely mean it. The traditional data analyst role, as I knew it 8 years ago, no longer exists. And so much has changed, so much has evolved, and it's all been fundamentally driven by artificial intelligence. Any role you go into now, any company you work in now, whether it's a big bank or whether you're working in retail or whether you're working in energy, insurance, whether you're working in healthcare, you name it, everyone has AI at their fingertips. Whether it's Copilot, whether you've got Chat GPT, you've got it. It's embedded everywhere. And the reality is, whether you're drafting an email or you're analyzing a piece of data or you're transforming a spreadsheet, it can all be done now in Copilot. It's a no-brainer. And I'm not going to sit here and say that you should focus on becoming a data analyst and building core data analyst skills, because I genuinely am concerned that this particular role is not going to exist in another couple of years at all. And the other thing to mention is that I myself have left data analytics in some shape as well. I'm no longer a data analyst. I am now a technical business analyst. So things for me have evolved, but I'll cover that in a separate video. So what do I want to talk about here? The data analyst role is dead. And why do I say that? We're seeing huge salary deflation across the market. So whether you're in the Middle East, you're in the US, you're in Canada, Australia, UK, like myself, this huge sharp salary deflation going on. What that means is, whereas previously you could earn 40, 50,000 pounds or $50,000, now you're going to be lucky to get $40,000 or maybe even $35,000. A lot of these data analyst roles have changed and they no longer exist. Especially when I started my career 8 years ago. Junior roles no longer exist as well. So finding junior data analyst roles are incredibly difficult because a lot of that is being absorbed by artificial intelligence tools. And then lastly, they're being merged. So your traditional data analyst would have been a one-man band or a small team. That's now been absorbed by different business teams. So whereas you might have a sales team before, or a marketing team before, or a finance team before, or you might have a credit or risk team in a bank, for example, those teams will now have upskilled their colleagues and their team members to use data for themselves without the need for a core data analyst. So we're genuinely seeing a huge shift and radical change in what would have been the traditional data analyst role. And what's replacing it? Well, basically data engineering, AI engineering, and business analytics. As I said before, I'm now a business analyst, and I'm seeing the field of the I'm seeing the data space rapidly evolve, and data engineering and AI engineering is becoming more significant, which is a no-brainer. I don't even have to mention it. But really, what's been fundamentally um, brought to the surface is the need for cleaner data, the need for more volume data, more faster cadence of refreshes, pipelines. So there's a need to build pipelines, there's a need of continuous streaming of data, and we'll cover that on this channel. And then, really, as I mentioned earlier, Copilot is the game changer. ChatGPT was the first to come along, but we're seeing a lot of shifts. And I've even got AI on my phone now, my own mobile device. If I go on WhatsApp today, I've got access to AI within WhatsApp. It's just crazy. Things have changed. Microsoft Fabric is picking up pace, which is Microsoft's platform for data management. And I see that gaining a lot of traction. And then really, I'll cover this in more detail over the next coming videos. Snowflake and Databricks. Data warehousing is becoming a huge piece. And traditional cloud platforms have done well, but they haven't delivered in certain aspects the way Snowflake and Databricks have. So we'll cover that. And then really the data skills for tomorrow, right? Because if you still want to work in data, what do you need? You really still need to learn and know Python. You need to learn and know about APIs and cloud technology. Now, why do I say that? Because with Python, you can still use AI to write Python code, but you still need to understand it, and that's not going to go away. And AI itself is largely built on coding languages like Python, and Python still continues to gain in prominence and dominance. So I would highly recommend learning SQL, Python, APIs, cloud tech. Those are not going to go away. But the traditional data analyst who used to just sit there and the business would ask him or her questions, well, who are my top 10 customers, what are my top 10 sales, all that is being shifted. It's all disappearing. It's no longer in the hands of a human analysis, and therefore analysis will be done by a machine going forward. So you upload some data, a spreadsheet, you ask ChatGPT or Copilot to analyze it. It'll give you the results very quickly. But the decisions remain in the hands of humans. That's not going to change. So we'll come on to that another day. Hence why I moved into business analytics. And then finally launch a business, right? If you want to learn data skills, there's no better time than now to launch a data business. So on this channel, we're going to pivot slightly, and I'm going to cover more on around the ecosystem of building a business, a data business. Many of you have got data skills, you know about data, you've worked in a role before, and now you're genuinely fundamentally asking your question like, how can I monetize my skills? And this is what it's all about. So we're going to learn how to build digital products, launch digital products, and I'll cover some real examples of what I'm doing and how to consume and transform data from the public sphere. And ultimately, we want to create efficiency and create value. That's going to that's going to be the game changer for our clients. So the future on this channel, what we're going to cover going forward, we're going to cover more of the trends in AI, but I'm not going to be AI centric. I'm not going to sit here telling you everything you need to learn about Grok or Claude or different AI models. I don't really care. I'm more focused on the usability of AI, and there's a lot of fluff out there. Let's be honest. We're going to cut through the chase and stick purely with how real life application of AI tools can make a difference. And really, I want to touch on three areas of mine, which are passionate areas of mine, and that's data warehousing, especially with Snowflake and Databricks. We'll also cover some ETL transformations using the likes of DBT, Fivetran, and I'm also going to look at APIs. I love APIs. I love consuming data, pulling data, transforming it, and pushing it into another platform. So we'll cover a lot more on APIs. We're going to look at some streaming APIs as well. And then launch your own business. So I really want to make this channel more well, about giving back to the community. So I want to help some of you guys launch your own business. And if you're already on this channel, that's amazing. If not, please spread the message because I'm going to do a lot more content on how you can launch your own business with the right data skills. And that's it, guys. That's it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber. There will be a lot more to come. I'm also launching a second YouTube channel, which is purely business focused. But all of this is to come over the next few weeks, next few months. I'm so sorry it's taken a long time, but I do hope you guys are all well. I do hope you guys are in a great point in life. I hope you are healthy, your families are doing all well, and you are still hungry and determined to succeed. So guys, stay tuned, watch your space, and I promise more content to come. Thank you for watching.